it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think it comes from the I deal with a lot of energy, a lot of different personalities, and a lot of different people, and I feel like in the last 2 weeks, everybody energy has been like, hmm, on
We in
BA.
a retrograde.
So it's like I've been consuming dealing with different people energy, and I don't think people knows that like sometimes when you like the way you feeling can like can go to somebody else. So if you around so many people, doing
Hmm.
business with so many people, talking to some people, trying to execute certain things, and everybody energy and they it's just like, oh, I'm alive, or I'm be okay, or you know what I'm saying, be a young boy, Juice World, like all that sad emo shit. That's everybody around you. Like that shit can really take a toll. So that shit been really taking a toll.
You got to learn how to protect your energy in the midst of going in spaces.
I know I'm gonna go get in the pool after this. That's how I'm gonna take my energy.
We're in 6 different retrogrades right now.
Six? I ain't damn. I
Six.
only know about one. How we get six?
I don't know. All the planets decided during Leo season they was gonna act a fool, and that's just what it
Oh
is.
yeah, because these
Also,
Leos.
retrograde got something to do with the planets.
Absolutely.
Ah, okay.
Everybody's energy is all messed up right now. It's not just
I
you.
thought it was some shit that y'all just made up, and I just
No.
going with it because I don't want no smoke. But it's actually like somebody actually studied this and told us
Yes.
like it's proven.
Yes.
Somebody with a
And
PhD.
will be for the next
Astrology
next
has
few
a lot
weeks.
to do with the planets too. That's what it's all.
You say what?
Yep. Astrology. That's the same thing.
Yeah, and isn't I just seen I've been reading and listening that like the it supposed to get like so hot with the sun that it supposed to block off like our internet and like satellites for like some months.
Yes, solar flares. They saying a solar flare might happen and cause a blackout. That it's been they've been talking about it, but they feel like it's gonna happen sooner than
We
expected.
still gonna have electricity and hot water though, right?
No, no. That's they saying that there's gonna be a solar flare is where all of the electricity gets blocked out. It might be certain parts of like the country or the world that might be affected more by it. I don't know, but that's what they saying.
What about hot water? I'm still being washed up though, right?
Yeah,
I don't
electricity.
know.
Listen, I can't. You can't be around here stinking and ain't got no Netflix.
Look.
Look at Bree.
So
So,
okay,
you think
wait.
you
So
could
would
be
y'all
around
rather?
everybody just stinking? Just think about that.
Would you?
You had to
Would
choose one thing to go out: electricity or hot water. Which one you choose?
My electricity.
electricity? Yeah, I could light
I
some
can
candles,
function without
but
electricity. I could light some candles. I can go outside. I can walk, ride a bike.
You
But
know
in
what?
my
you technically could make fire if you know how to make fire with wood. Like,
Yeah, you can make fire. You can get the little pennies and put it in some oranges and some lemons. And y'all ain't never did that science project where you made electricity.
no, I thought it was some Boy Scout stuff.
No, I actually did that science project. You get the wire and you get some pennies and you stick it in like the lemons and the oranges and stuff like that because they produce what you need to get the
did it
electricity.
work for you?
Yeah, I turned on my clock.
Okay, Kevin Gates. What Kevin Gates said he turned on. He started a car with his hands.
Yeah, speak nothing of this.
Right.
All
What do we have to
right,
talk
man.
about?
So we gonna go into some of these topics, man. I just wanted to break the ice. I want everybody just to like, you know what I mean, have a little jokey joke because I'm in a good mood. So if I'm in a good mood, I'm trying to spread that energy. You know what I'm saying? So how was y'all weekend?
My weekend was smooth. Um,
That's it.
I hosted the Stop the Violence celebrity basketball game with Dex and Twister. It was cool. I enjoyed it.
Is she froze or she
Other
just
than-
stopped talking?
I
Did
have
I
no
pray?
idea.
Treated. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You
Oh,
lagging though.
I'm over it. What
It's
about
a
now?
lot of echoing.
I can hear you. I can't see you though.
Oh, dang. Well, pass me. How was your weekend?
My weekend was cool. I was in New York. I feel like I practically live there now. I got people from New York. Like, what happened in Chicago? I be in and out. It was cool. I went to see the Jay-Z exhibit. That was really, really like when I tell you they did such a great job with how they gave that man his flowers. Um, it was just it was free, like it was amazing. Like the quality of everything was really good. They had all his like biggest moments in glass cases. They had little videos throughout the museum, little mini exhibits throughout the museum of different parts of his life, whether it was philanthropy, whether it was his Super Bowl, like the Super Bowl stuff, title, all his plaques were there. They redid the whole like studio of Baseline where he recorded some of his greatest albums. They redid it, and so that was kind of cool to walk through and see how it was set up. It was dope. It was dope. And then I did the Hip Hop 50. I believe Mass Appeal put it together. It was like a little museum. I got a lot to say about that. I don't know if we're gonna talk about that now or later.
Yeah, you was mentioning that you really not fucking with that.
Mm-hmm.
Why you weren't fucking with it?
Um, I think for $40, it wasn't worth it. It was like $42 to go. You walk in, you're kind of like met by this big projection looking video where it's like there's a video around surrounding the whole entire room and pretty much has the hip hop, like they have a video where they start talking about the origins of hip hop. They go into just the different sides, so East Coast, West Coast. They did down south, but I have a problem because they didn't even mention the Midwest at all. So I think that was kind of disrespectful in a sense because I'm just trying to figure out why they didn't mention the Midwest. Like I was thinking about it, I'm like, at the very least, if they weren't going to mention Chicago, they could have mentioned the Midwest. Like we have people that have come out the Midwest and actually made some type of impact in hip hop. So for the mere fact that they did not mention us at all is crazy to me. It's one thing not acknowledging Chicago, and then it's another thing not acknowledging the Midwest as a whole, especially when you were acknowledging each of the different coasts.
Not even Bone Thugs-n-Harmony?
They didn't mention nobody. They didn't mention nobody. They had one brief Chicago mention. It wasn't even that they mentioned us. They showed a brief video of Common, and that was it.
A video of Common, that was it.
Like they mentioned Miami. They mentioned Memphis. Like we were nowhere. It was like we didn't contribute at all to hip hop at all.
I mean, Memphis hot right now though.
Right now, but I'm saying in general, like if we look at our contribution to hip hop, I'm not understanding how the Midwest wasn't included in that. Like they even touched on how the internet has impacted hip hop. How y'all not touching on us? So it was something that I was really bothered by because I'm like, dang, I don't feel like it was worth the money for it. To be honest with you, it had two kind of the same things, like video projection things throughout the exhibit. It was like two rooms that were like that. What I will say is they did acknowledge the female MCs, which I don't really see too much of. So I think that was kind of dope that they were able to kind of spotlight them and give them some shine because a lot of the times, you know, we as women in general are overlooked. So I think that was pretty dope. The best part about the exhibit for me was the gift shop. They had a lot of different, like they had different records. They had books. They had memorabilia, just like Hip Hop 50 memorabilia stuff. So I thought that was pretty dope. Yeah, it was okay, but I would have paid $42 to see the Jay-Z exhibit. I feel like that was worth $42.
Know what I would have paid $42 for? And who did a great job of representing Chicago hip hop? Chance the Rapper in his 10-year anniversary. For Acid Rap. Wow, that one in the museum, Nas and Mass Appeal.
Nope. That's
Any
why.
was
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's crazy.
I'm mad I missed this though. How was it?
How
Yeah,
was it?
Cody, how
It
was
was
it?
lit. Like he brought everybody out, like Big Mensa, Saba, Twister, the Bucket Boys, the Drill Team, um, his brother, his daddy, his kids. The city was out. Like, you know what I'm saying? We was all in attendance. All everybody. We was all there watching the show. Bree, you remember?
Yeah, I remember.
He was there too. No, yeah, you was there. You was in that spirit. I was there. I was there like 10, Tim,
Barely.
Dave, down the road, Rage. Nah, shout out to Channel though. I think that was really dope for him to have that show, and then like just the aura around it, like how the Sears Tower would change their colors at the top, to acid rap colors. Like they don't really do that for anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was dope. I would have loved to see if he could have got, I don't know the name of that building, but you know that building, it's like when you coming down like when you driving through like Grant and Millennium Park, and they got their windows always like say they at nighttime they make their
Oh,
windows say
the
some shit.
hub.
Saying
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
O Cubs and NASCAR, they be saying a little dope stuff. That would have been dope if that window would have been like acid rap. That would have been hard.
Yeah. I think that would have been cool, especially like just a good picture, especially the way our skyline is. That would have been dope to see.
Yeah, it'd have been real dope to see, but that shit probably. I want to know if that costs money. Do anybody know if that costs money?
I don't know.
I'm sure
Maybe
they
they gotta
asked.
want to do it.
Hmm. The stuff, the what you can, the amount of money you can make if you just own some shit. Like you can make
Yeah.
some top of some shit. That's dope, but man, shout out to Channel, man. I think that was a real dope experience. It brought Chicago culture together. That was a real dope moment for hip hop to see like selling out a venue of that magnitude for a mixtape. Like and as the rap goes in that during that blog era, it stands tall with some of the most classic mixtapes of that era. You know what I'm saying? The Wiz Khalifa, the Drakes, like the
Hmm.
Kendrick, like that's it stands tall with one of them. And just being able to witness that moment and just witness just walking through United Center. I was with Cindy, everybody was just walking through, just seeing different people. You know
What
what I
was
mean?
your favorite moment of the night?
My favorite moment of the night is his kids. Like when he brought the family out and he got the flowers, he was crying and shit.
You
Shout
was
out to
crying. You was crying too. That was
He
no,
was
you
I
shed a
crying
was.
little thug tear.
Why would I cry?
because it's a
You know
monumental
what?
You
moment.
know you a little sensitive. You know you a little
I
sensitive.
wouldn't
The
be
day we
mad if you
signed an
did
eight
if
figure
you did
deal like the day we signed an 8 figure deal like Cameron them, that's the day y'all gonna see me cry.
It ain't
I'm gonna
about
be
the
crying and
money.
shit.
It's really not all the time.
Ooh, yeah, it's really retrograde Bree and shit like that.
It's not. Please.
She can't even say that with confidence. Look at it.
I'll just try to
She
live
can't say
a
that
better
with
life.
confidence. Nah, that's what's up though. But I definitely go cry. I ain't gonna lie. And I'll be like, you see how Cameron do sign that shit? Like, I might make a rap song and everything. Like, I'm gonna be happy in the motherfucker.
Make a rap. You gonna make the theme song for the for the.
Yeah, 8 figures.
Gonna
What?
have chance on it. Let Chance make the theme song.
8 figures is a lot of money.
Oh,
But now though, Chance did his thing. Shout out to Chance. That whole experience was just dope. You know what I mean? And I mean, you really just it's one of them things that you just gotta embrace and be like, yo, you was a part of history. If from
Hmm.
anybody from listening, from buying the hats to being, you know what I'm saying, just being there or just even supporting it, like posting the pictures, like everybody just being say you involved in that, like that was dope. You know what I'm saying? So,
What
and I,
did you think about him putting the tickets throughout the city? I thought that was pretty dope. Like for people who maybe couldn't get tickets, pull up on Harold Washington Culture, like his favorite spots throughout the city. I thought that was pretty dope.
I feel like I feel like that is not the first time that's been done. Taylor did that for something a while
I
back. So
think Vic too. Vic did
I
that
say
for his
Big
mixtape.
recently just did that.
Lyrical
So I don't think
Lemonade
it's nothing unique
been
that
doing it
happened
for
with
Summer
that.
Smash too.
Yeah, so it's just I think it's just an easy marketing campaign. I just think as it's Chance is arguably like the biggest, probably top five biggest Chicago celebrities we got of all time.
For sure.
Yeah. Anybody want to refute that? Y'all think that?
I'll give him top five.
I'm not refuting it.
Who? A good question. Who will be your top five? Can you say your top five biggest Chicago celebrities all time?
Kanye.
Hmm.
Uh, she holds a special place in my heart. But
I wouldn't say
technically, she's
Brad.
not the biggest. But I would say the brat.
Mm, I think the Brat is probably one of she's in that conversation. I would say Kanye, Common, Chance, Chief Keef, and it's crazy we naming all rappers.
Like,
Um,
cheeky.
and Barack Obama.
Wait, I don't know if he's from Chicago though. Is Virgil from Chicago?
Who?
Yeah, he's from Rockford, or
Who?
Okay,
yeah,
Virgil.
Virgil Abloh.
I wouldn't put Virgil in that as the one of the biggest celebrities because I will put because the reason why I wouldn't put Virgil in that is because even if he rapped Chicago land and was Chicago whatever we want to just stop being petty, Virgil can walk past a lot of people. A lot of people won't know that's Virgil. Like RP Virgil, you know what I'm saying? But if Virgil was still here, he can walk on the streets and people will like just a black bald head dude. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody like Kanye, he can go in any neighborhood in Chicago and everybody gonna know him. Chance the same way. Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, like people gonna know them. Like Common, I can go in the South Side Chicago and ask a random person name me three Common songs. They don't know him, but they know him. You know what I'm saying? So I think I can't really think. Lawrence Tate a little bit, maybe. You think
What about? I know this is a little controversial, but R. Kelly,
R. Kelly's probably the one of the biggest Chicago celebrities of all time.
Dirk.
Dirk, he's up there. I'm just trying to think about like who we got. Like
Um,
I'm
Derrick
pretty sure
Rose.
Derrick Rose is up there. That's a feature. Chicago Mount Rushmore.
We should do one.
Yeah, it should do that. Who's the Chicago Mount Rushmore? It,
Okay.
it'd be Kanye, Chance, Derek. To me, it'd be Kanye. Fuck Kanye. Believe it or not, R. Kelly, Derrick Rose. That's tough.
What if we're going by success? Who would you like?
I'm going by like who can't do no wrong. Like Chicago people gonna
Okay.
ride for the motherfucker to the day end of the day. Chicago people gonna ride for R. Kelly. Chicago
Yeah.
people gonna ride for Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
Chicago people was gonna ride for Kanye. And that fourth on that Mount Rushmore, who would it be? It could be Chance. It could be Sosa.
Chance can't do no wrong to nobody. Like he is like the post. He's a poster boy. Like he's
But I would put Barack Obama over Chance. Or or Michelle. Now I don't think black people when Trump put that money in the hood, black people ain't really that Obama shit kind of went out the window.
I mean, also a lot of people felt like Obama didn't do much for Black people while he was in office. So you got to keep that in mind too.
Regardless.
I think more people resonate with Michelle than they do Barack.
Yeah. I feel like she's her personality. Yeah, her personality, just who she is
She's
as
more
a
open.
person.
You say what now?
Yeah.
Bree?
She's more open. Like her books, her documentary. She said that to Oprah, go on tours and just be open with her life and things that she struggled with.
I got a question though.
Mm-hmm.
When we're talking about Chicago Mount Rushmore, are we only speaking on people from Chicago or people who have, like, because you look at Oprah, like you think Oprah, you think of Chicago, you think Michael Jordan, you think of Chicago. Do we include those people in there? Is my question.
Damn, I forgot about Michael Jordan.
No, like
The
you
more
gotta
you
be
know.
from Chicago, like raised in Chicago.
But they impacted Chicago culture in a very big way.
So
Yeah,
is
Mike is one of
it?
ours. Like we look at Mike like he's one of ours.
So we put Mike in a.
We, but I like Virgil, but I don't think Virgil would be on that Mount Rushmore. You would have
Who
to
your
extend
top?
it to like, but it's still because it's a lot of people. Chicago people will just fight for the end of time. Like Virgil to me is not one of them people that we'll be like Virgil this, Virgil that. You know what I'm saying?
Who you say?
Like Chief Keef got
Obama,
more. Chief got
Chief.
more. Chief Keef got more Chicago plug than Virgil. Like
What about Don C?
I don't think Don C high on that list.
I wouldn't put Don C that
I
high.
think Don, I think Don C and them is probably in the hype beat culture, like the fashion that world, but like to a Chicagoan that don't give a that look. You know how Chicago people look at everybody like goofies. A regular Chicagoan would probably look at them like goofies. No offense,
I don't think they'll look at them like
especially if
Yeah.
let
because
I prime example. This is just no bullshit. Go ahead.
it
Agree.
seems like you saying like if
You
you're
saying what?
not
Bree?
in. It seems like you saying if you're not in music or you wasn't on television or like that type of celebrity, you can't be on that Mount Rushmore.
I'm not saying if you want in music or not, can't be on that rap motion. I'm just saying though, like when it comes to Chicago, like you know how Chicago people stand up for like Wale get booed because he diss Hurls. You know what I'm saying? Like we stand for certain people, like how we love Derrick Rose, like we love Derrick Rose no matter what uniform he in, what knees he got, like we love Derrick Rose.
Talking about what needs.
That's insane.
Like Derrick Rose is he one of ours. Like Chief Keef, like he one of ours. Like we don't care about nothing. Kanye be doing a lot of wild shit, but the Rock ain't. We not. You know what I'm saying? The fact that Kanye had to move when he moved his security out the way, like, look, this is my city. I got this. Motherfuckers parted the way because that's Ye. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to that to Ye. You know what I'm saying? Like, who are those people that we know like they good? You know what I'm saying?
I would say Kanye for sure. Kanye, Derrick Rose.
Comment.
Will you put comment on that list?
I'll put comment on this. Kanye
I
Chance
wouldn't put comment on that list.
And the Obama.
I still think I put R. Kelly high on that list.
But I feel like this. If we're technically,
Kelly is
I guess
insane.
no. Then we would have to take Kanye after that too.
R. Kelly
What?
is crazy, but Kills, you gotta put him on that list though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got
he
to.
is Chicago.
I mean,
That's
because you got to think about too with R. Kelly. Like R. Kelly, you could play certain songs and like certain moments in your life, like not but I'm saying like the uplifting songs and stuff. It's certain points in your like with R. Kelly music. It's certain points where like you could trace it back to certain points in your life. I don't know.
Up in the Name of Love.
Yeah.
Everlasting music.
You know what I'm saying?
R. Kelly is he's Chicago. He's a Chicagoan. He's Chicago as hell. So we have.
Yeah. If I think about it, we can move on from this, but R. Kelly was the only. I think he's the only artist that took Chicago. Not even stayed Chicago, but he took the Chicago culture and sound and went mainstream with it. Because none of our artists that's like mainstream, like none of them is like, it's not a unique sound to Chicago.
Yeah, with the step of set, I'll give R. Kelly that.
Yeah, he's the only one that did that.
Not too much on R. Kelly.
Not too much on Kels, man.
Not too much on Kels.
Not too much.
What they say, free R. Kelly, man. Dude was crazy. Shout out to dude. All right, since we already talked about being nasty, let's talk about Pretty Riot, and let's see if we can cue this. So we'll talk about Pretty Riot's tweet when she talked about Sukihana and Sexy Red's video for Hood Rats.
What'd she say?
You gonna read it?
Yeah. If you want to be ghetto,
read it.
That's fine. But I want them to stop associating being ghetto with hypersexual antics. It's just filth behavior and it's forced AF for clout. Have some dignity. I hate to say it, but this does make Black women represent our women. This is how our own people. We must bring back shame. Ish, we know it's harmful to us. I saw the video, the Hood Rat video.
React.
Sometimes it's a little excessive. Like Pound Town ain't that bad, but Hood Rat very, very just added an extra.
It's very vulgar.
And then when she
was talking speak about, on this?
You can.
Yeah.
Okay. Cause I don't want to get canceled, or I don't want to offend nobody.
You won't get canceled.
But please, y'all cancel me in the group chat every other day.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts on this. That's crazy. I had this conversation with some young ladies last night, and they was talking about how how men like this type of shit. They say that men like this type of sex over sexualized shit, and we're the ones putting it out. And I think one of my rebuttals is that in this climate and day and age, this is what women are doing. And I don't know. I just feel like, did they go too far? No, because it's a climate of people that like this type of shit. So they're just serving their people, their audience, to make money. But is it ghetto? Is it ratchet? Is it over the top? Is it something I want my kids to listen to? Nah, I wouldn't let my kids listen to it. I don't think the kids should listen to it. But that's why you have parental guidance. That's why you have censorship. Like, certain things should just be censored. You know what I mean? Everybody, it should be for who you want it to be for. You know what I mean? So
I agree.
I don't think Pretty Riot. I think she.
Go ahead. I'll let you finish, Young King.
No, I was done. I was doing the Jay-Z head now. I know that meme with Jay-Z was like.
What meeting?
I need the pin.
What happened?
I did like. I like. Am I breaking up?
Yeah, you skipping. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish your thought.
What's going on today?
Like a Kardashian, yeah.
Dang, I forgot what I was about to say. Tria. Oh no, I did like. I do believe that there's an audience for that type of music. I do think that we also live in a world certain people gonna like certain things. I definitely believe that there's a group of people that enjoys that music. I think we goes beyond music when you start talking about certain things. Um, it's just really over hypersexualized, and because they're black, of course they gonna say, "Oh, well, this is what black women want. This is who black women are. This is us being. This is you clouding up to." But also the white like to put out because it's gonna get the views because it is raunchy and it is like, oh, let me see what's to it. I'm sure it's a bunch of people from other countries that's like, it's like something so raunchy. We try to tap in and see what this about. Don't draw attention that I feel like super. I don't feel like that with Sexy Red though.
Because you was like robotic, so I ain't really hear a lot. But the question I want to propose is
I'm about to just come back.
censorship, right? So when is it? When does it? When does it? When does like freedom of speech and censorship like one of those? When are those cool to apply and don't apply because they're expressing themselves? This is the type of music they like. This is who they are. So when does it don't apply?
I feel like the line has obviously become blurred. I mean, if we look back at, like, let's just look back at maybe 10, 15 years ago, or maybe even 20 years ago, with hip hop in general, how a lot of stuff was blurred out. A lot of stuff, even on the radio. You know, there was a specific time. Look at BT Uncut. There was a specific time and place for certain things, and now it seems like that's not really happening at all. There's no specific time or place. There's no like, okay, this is family hours and then this is, club hours. Okay, that's cool. You want to, do what you do. I think they definitely have an audience. But I do believe that it's becoming a little too much now. Like, it's not even, I think female MCs who used to do it before did it in a way that it was metaphorically and it just like it flowed, versus now it's just straight to the point. Like, there's no room for imagination. There's no room for like the creativity that came with being sexual.
Do you think that have anything to do with today in society where everything is just bluntly like this is what it is? Like there's no the gray area
Well,
that's really
we have women who have OnlyFans making music now. So they're doing the same whatever they're doing in real life. They're trend like, one thing you can't say is they're doing it.
so
They're doing what they're talking about.
so we understand the authenticity of it and how I don't how authentic it is. So you're saying they're authentically being themselves.
Yes.
I guess what I'm saying, and I want you to get to and saying as a woman, because this is what a woman is speaking on this. There's a lot of women that's like against this. Like, is it right to say something that's right or wrong because if they're being their authentic self?
Absolutely. Just like they have free speech to express themselves. Yes, I could turn it off, but also if I'm turning the radio on and I hear some raunchy shit just out of nowhere, I'm in my mind, I'm like, I ain't asked for this. Like, where did this come from? And so I do believe that, yes, it's okay to have an opinion. I think I want to say it was India Ari. She spoke on this at the Essence Fest. I think it was something they kind of got on her about, speaking about it and how like the music is too over sexual. It's hypersexual now. And she stood 10 toes in how she felt. She's like, I'm not downing anybody, but she kind of said the same thing that Pretty Riot said. So I definitely believe that there should be accountability there in some ways. Like, if you're my sister or you're, my friend, whoever, you should be able to have that conversation and you could take what you want from it. You don't necessarily have to change, but I don't know. That's how I feel.
No, I get what you're saying, I guess
I just think as a woman, I it's
okay.
somewhat morally in our emotional, like empathetic compass to like reach out and be like, hey, I think you over sexualizing yourself, or I think you doing a little bit too much for this attention or for this fame that you want. Because at some point, it's gonna look like you're selling your soul. But at the same time, we have a choice. You could just choose not to listen to it. Choose
Mm-hmm.
not to hear it. You hear it on the radio. Choose to
So
listen.
that's what I'm saying. Like you can turn it off. You can move past it. You don't have to. You don't. You don't have to consume this. So if
Because
you
it's
don't
somebody
agree
else
with
that
it,
wants to consume
so I'm
it.
just playing devil. I'm playing devil's advocate right now. Like so, if
But
you don't agree
it's
with it, why speak down on what they're doing to make?
because in some cases you don't have a choice. I can go on the internet right now. Yes, I can scroll past it, but I'm still seeing it.
But you can block them.
That don't always. I want to block Meg The Stallion every week, and I can't. Like she's still
Here we go.
somehow on my feed.
Not at all.
Well, at least we can know we ain't never gonna get no money from 300 Entertainment.
Okay.
I'm just playing. I like her music. I'm not gonna lie. I do like her music. She putting out some stuff here and there. She do. I like that song Circles. That on one of them albums. That was a good song.
One of them albums.
Yeah, you becoming one. You be becoming one of my favorite people every week. G, don't quit lying on this podcast.
I'm that. I was just listening to that
Yeah.
song the other day. I felt her 100%.
Yeah, this is wild.
Talk
I don't
about
know.
What's
Maybe
your
I'm
favorite? What's your okay? What's your? You said what?
my favorite Megan Stallion song.
Personally, I ain't gonna get into the Megan Thee Stallion part of it, but I think y'all kind of elaborated on it. Y'all said it's freedom of speech, and also y'all said you don't have to consume it. Or
I just feel like it's a time and a place. That's all.
But they chose their time and their place. It's their job. That's what they chose to do. Just like Pretty Right chose to say.
is this equivalent? Is this equivalent to the homicidal music that we consume too? That's the same equivalent.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yes and no, because they're they're the same in a sense of depending on how you look at it. You could look at it as freedom of speech and the positives with that come with it. And then there's the other aspect of it, like is it detrimental to the community? I think it's different. It is different in a sense.
But
One is detrimental to the community in certain aspects.
So what? When do we take out the consideration that these people are just a product of their environment and this is who they are? Like I know girls that's like Sexy Red. I never met a Sukiana before, but I've met plenty of Sexy Reds in my life. I have family members that are.
For sure.
Well, I think that speaks to what I said earlier about authenticity. I think it's okay. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it could be looked at in two different lenses. On one hand, it could be looked at as a positive thing because there's positives that do come out of that, and then on the other hand, you could look at it. It depends on what your moral. At the end of the day, all it depends on is your morals, what you personally feel like is right.
And you got a choice to go off.
Okay. I think we did a good
Right.
Pretty Right, not a hood rat. Maybe you don't really like hood rat things. That's fine. But me, I just might listen. Well, I ain't gonna listen to that. I'm not gonna listen to hood rats no more because I just don't really care for the lyrics coming from Sukiana. Like saying you want to suck Joe Biden is crazy, but Sexy Red, I definitely played Sexy Red over a couple times. I'm looking for the hoes. She lit.
I like she. Look, I be looking for the hoochie daddies every time I'm in New York. So
Okay.
On that note, speaking of culture and freedom and expression, Burna Boy. Burna Boy recently was in hot water because how can I say he was in hot water because he's been sampling a lot of American music lately, right? And as of recently, he had just dropped a clip of him sampling Jeremiah's birthday sex. Um, y'all familiar with Burna Boy, right? Y'all know who Burna Boy is, right? like one of the top artists internationally in the world.
Yeah.
And it was a clip that was going around previously saying that the word on the street was is that he don't like American culture. He don't like. He just said Black Americans doesn't have a culture, and that was the clip, and that was people was giving him backlash from that. If you actually watch the clip, he's saying in the clip like, "Yo, the issue with Black Americans is that we really just don't have no foundation of like no country or where we come from. Like Chinese Americans don't go for a lot of shit because they come from China. They have, you know what I'm saying, culture and background from China. Same thing for Italians, shit like that. So I don't think he was really like making like, I don't think he was lying. But do you think I guess my question I propose to, do you think that him being Nigerian, I believe, making that statement, standing on that statement, do you think that's a conversation he should have had out loud, or it should be something that's private? Because that is like a soft spot for a lot of Black Americans that we don't have that culture, right? You know what I mean? So what's your thought process on that?
I still think it's freedom of speech. I don't believe I don't say I don't believe, but technically, I feel like Black people really don't have a culture. Our culture was stripped away from us a very long time ago. Do we hold fast to a lot of traditions and a lot of like morals and values and things that can be implemented inside of culture with slavery before we got here from Africa? And even when Africa, we go to Nigeria, Kenya, they African Americans, they don't look at us equal to them. Like we not in the sense that we go over there, we still same culture that they have. They have more so of a rooted culture than we do. Nobody ever set up the Black to figure out what's tea with the culture, where we really from, what we really doing. I don't because I've been said by over the years. Also with him sampling American music, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that either. Like I said, that's their job. If you want to make some fire beats off of birthday, fire beats off of birthday, nothing wrong with that. It's still music. Whether it's Black music, whether it came from Taylor Swift, it's still music. That's how I feel about it. I don't think Burna Boy was wrong.
Do you think that there is a responsibility from celebrities who are not necessarily from here? Because I see all the time, like on TikTok, about these like we have them in the Hispanic community, the diaspora wars. And I think if we're looking at it from his perspective, it's nothing new. Like from what I've saw, Africans been saying this, so this is not a new conversation. However, if there are certain people who are trying to bridge that gap between African Americans and Africans, do you think that with him bringing that up helps that building that bridge, or does it positively or negatively affect it?
I think it positively affects. I'm sure there's people out there that never thought about it like that, or never even been presented with the opportunity to even look inside of our culture and be like, dang, like we kind of sort of like a melting pot when it comes to the culture, but we know like what we hold on to is Black people mainly because of our struggles, unfortunately. But in hindsight, it's like a lot of us probably never have even sat down and been like, dang, like we really don't have like a culture. Like I can't say I'm from this country in Africa, or I'm from, this, unless you do something, you can say have whatever you're mixed with. I'm from this person. My parents were this person. My grandparents were Irish, things like that. With us, it's just like, yeah, we came here, our parents were slaves. So I think it positively affects us because it does bring it to the forefront. It's just but there's also people out here that are fighting for, trying to figure this out, or fighting to improve our culture in a way. Those are the people now that it's to the forefront. Those are the people that have to speak up now.
What about the culture that Black people have built here? Like, and I've heard this a lot too. It's like there is a Black culture here. So why is that not, sometimes acknowledged, or when we have these conversations, when these conversations are brought up, that's something that's kind of skipped over sometimes.
I think a lot of times
Because I
our
don't
culture.
think every black person are.
What you say?
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Uh no, you go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. Johnny ate the boogie and tastes like sugar. Johnny want to know who ate
I
that.
was gonna do the same thing, but I didn't want to seem childish. So
All right, I'm back. I ate the boogie a while ago. I will say the reason why I don't think black people don't have a uniform culture in that sense, and what because black people are different in different
mm,
climates, right? So the black man in New York is different from the black man in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Because we kind of like, since we don't have no base and no foundation, the basics, like one thing I'll be preaching lately is the basic in your foundation. Since we don't have that, our people just adapt to like whatever city we from. You know what I
okay.
mean? So, in opposed to other cultures, it's like, yo, okay, I could be a Chinese American from New York, but I'm still Chinese. So when I go home, I still have cultures inside my house that I adapt to, opposed to like, and it's just my theory, like black people, like our cultures inside our house is the same culture outside. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm,
based on wherever we from, like whatever city we from, like the LA dude is gonna be different from the Chicago black dude. You know what I mean? So it's like we'll never get on one accord, opposed to the Africans from Nigeria, the brothers and sisters that's from Nigeria, or that's from South Africa, or that's from Ghana. Their households, if you speak to like our friends that's like Nigerian, like a lot of them households and like their cultures, their food and stuff they eat are universally the same. In Chicago, we feel like we got the best food overall, and it's just the food that we got. We don't have like no black food. It's like just our
We got
city. We go
soul
off our
food.
city food. You know what I'm saying?
We got soul food.
We got to get away from soul food.
But that's not our culture.
We gotta get
We
away from soul
literally
food,
have
bro.
like collard greens,
I mean, and
yam.
even if we're talking about even hip hop culture, it started what from Black Americans. I mean,
I
people
want,
some may argue that, but it was based off of what the Black experience here in America, right?
so I
Wouldn't
wouldn't even
that?
really I don't even want to consider like soul food. We take soul food and try to kind of make it ours, but we got to understand what soul food come from. Food come from the meals that they, you know what I'm saying, that you
Yeah.
purchase past them. So that's not just not your food, that's they food too. You know what I'm saying?
All
A lot
soul
of
food
people,
don't
white
come
people
from
from the
white
south,
people. That's
they
not
grew up on
true.
that shit too, huh?
But all soul food doesn't come
So
what you are
you
saying
ever
on
ate so you ever so you ever ate have you ever been like in the south and ate like white like been around like people from the south, white people from the south?
yes. They eat pulled pork and
I get what
brisket
you're
and shit.
saying.
They make it.
Huh?
They eat soul food too.
It's not the no. It's not no. Soul food didn't come from black people created.
What we talking about? Chillers? Chillers is black culture. Oh, we
Chili's
talking
is a
about
part of
chillers
black
itself?
culture.
All right, I'll give you
Collard
chillers.
greens is a
All right, that's
pork.
black.
No brisket, not at all.
Black people eat pulled pork. Black
But
people
that's
eat
not
ribs.
a
Black
part of.
people like
But you wouldn't. But you go to a around a white rural setting or a white country setting, more than likely you're going to see pulled pork over
Yeah,
rib
that's true.
tips.
I'm not gonna indulge. I'm not gonna go back and forth on that.
Because you don't know what you're
But
talking about today. Saying soul
Nah,
food
you
collard
right.
greens came from
I
a
take
white
accountability.
man.
I take
First off, let's start here. White
It's
people
food
wasn't
that we
even
cook for
going to
them.
feed us food if they knew how to make
They
it.
don't even season their food.
They not giving us okay. They
White
exactly
people was eating fried chicken, bro. That's what we do.
fried
That's
chicken.
what we-
But okay, but wait, did that originate from them though, or did black people like? I don't know. Did it originate from them? Were they frying chicken before black people?
Bro.
I'm asking. I don't know. I'm genuinely asking.
So let's be real, right? So we talk about cultures, right? Let's be real, right? So
who was cooking for the white people exactly?
We was cooking for them, right? The things, the cornmeal, all the stuff that they grew, that they knew how to grow, that they cropped over there in the colonies, right?
What happened?
I don't know. Cody don't know what he's talking about. I was white people did not invent white people did not.
No, my camera gone.
Did not invent corn.
My camera gone, but
my camera gone.
But what I'm trying to get off to you is that if you look at the cultures from people from the islands in Africa and Nigeria and stuff like this, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never been to a jerk chicken spot or a Caribbean chicken spot and got fried chicken.
From a jerk chicken spot.
I've never got a fried chicken.
Yeah, you're crazy. You
probably
definitely
never
get some fried chicken.
Jerk chicken spot, but you can really get fried and jerk chicken at places.
Turn your camera on, Cody. I can't see you.
I don't have a camera no more.
Oh, okay. So both of y'all are off camera?
No, I'm on camera. I can see you. I'm here.
Oh, I can't see you.
Yeah, I think Cody clicked off, but I just don't understand what he think that white people created collard greens or whoever told him. I just really want to know who told him that. Because it even literal sense, the way that why would slave owners feed us that?
Mm-hmm.
Why would they take the time to make sure that we were fed good?
Right.
Make it make sense, Cody. Because that does not make sense.
Maybe
not at all.
Variations of something, and then black people made it their own.
I feel like soul food.
I don't know.
Soul food primarily came from like after slavery.
Yeah.
Because at some point everybody had to stop. At some point, I'm sure somebody's grandma was like, "We not gonna keep eating this nasty ass porridge."
That's true. That's true.
Even if it is variations of what we're getting served to make for their slavery.
Well, nothing on this earth is new. So, I mean, yes, of course, like everything is a variation of something. If we look at, we could even take it as, from my perspective, like there's a lot of foods that Hispanic people make that is very similar to, we just call it something different. We may make it in a different way, but it's still, we can still trace certain things back. So
no, that's real. I don't know. I don't be knowing what I be talking about.
You do sometimes.
I don't. But
it's not
hey, I say like this though. I say this though. I say all that shit still nasty and not good for you. So fuck that shit. Good culture. We shouldn't be eating that shit.
You could eat it. You just saying eat it.
But as we speaking, I'm on Uber Eats looking for some shit to some jerk chicken.
He's trying to find some fried chicken at the jerk chicken spot.
You say what now?
Why are you looking for jerk chicken?
I'm hungry. I want some jerk chicken now. You want some
we
jerk
streaming.
chicken?
You can't wait.
He's trying to set it up for that way, like when the live is over.
Thank you, Jay. Jay be knowing. Bree act like she don't know no more.
Because you're literally streaming, looking and talking about I need to get some jerk chicken. That's
you know
That's probably why you're talking crazy about black people right now, because you're hungry.
I'm hungry.
You're very
So you said
delusional.
I'm talking crazy about black people.
Yeah.
I ain't even gonna lie. I like this stream. I like what we've been doing today.
I've barely been hearing it, but
Minus the technical difficulties,
All
every
right.
week is something.
Sha'Carri Richardson. We want to say something about her saying "fuck all the white people." That's
okay.
trying to get her
Yo,
and congratulations. Okay, that's another girl. Let her be her. She want to hood rat. As long as she get the job done, she doing her job.
You think that's the right? You think that's the right way to handle that?
Yeah, they shitting on her.
Yeah, I mean, they dragged her. Mainstream media dragged her when she was going through all her stuff.
To her taking her wig
and if
off.
she felt most, most supported by black people, why not give that? Why not? It's already hard for black journalists already. Why not give them that?
You go where you celebrate it, not where you tolerate it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Then why do I talk to y'all every other week?
I be wondering why we talk to you.
I mean,
we can be.
I say this. I reciprocate. So,
because I be so nice.
You get out of me what you give me.
I'm so nice and open and caring to y'all. See, people at home go just like that, just how you just did that. And you roll your eye. That's what Chicago girls do.
I mean, you were definitely talking about her last week.
Who, Bree? I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about her edges. It's two different things.
You got the receipts.
No, it was her edges and her like.
Me and my edges are one and the same, okay?
But they not, because one is natural and the one you put the little black shit on.
I didn't.
I saw. Cody, I saw a meme the other day that said, "Do bald people wash their hair with shampoo or body wash?"
I say that's some bullshit.
You buy shampoo?
I use shampoo.
Shampoo is crazy.
Why wouldn't I use shampoo?
Because you don't have no hair.
You don't have.
You can literally put your Dove up there and be fine.
I guess he uses the shampoo to wash his beard. No.
Well, that's crazy.
That was a good question though, because I genuinely wondered too.
What you get on from? Do y'all like white meat or dark meat?
Here we go. Dark meat.
Look at her, dark meat, medium, ugly, dark meat, medium, well cooked medium.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Dark meat is the leg and the thigh.
Okay. But shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson, man. She held it down. She did her thing.
Okay, and I appreciate her getting platforms, opportunities to talk to her and work with her. I wish some of our artists would do that and stop going to people like Bobby and making all these dry
Adam 22.
Really you do not like that white
I do not like that girl.
Caucasian. You do not
like
that.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw a video of her the other day and I just thought of you and I'm like, yeah, I see why Bree don't like
her. And I did my research because
you did your homework. You did your homework.
Yes, Cody was the second person that I had this conversation with that said, "Yeah, it's journalism, it's business." And I even did my research on her. I gave her at least maybe 4 or 5 hours out of a day.
Dang, that's a lot of time. She's so dry. How did you sit through that?
Maybe I'm tweaking. I was not tweaking.
How did you sit through that is my question.
I barely did. I was really trying to. I'm like, maybe I'm just being emotional right now as a journalist. But no, G, she's not good. She's not. No, not at all.
Do you think it's just her, or is it the fact that she's dry? Like, cause there's some people that do media and they're dry, or they produce shows and they're dry and it works for them. Do you think it's just her, or yeah?
It's some dry interviews, but like the information is given. I feel like with her, it's not. And I'm a dry humor type of person. I like dry humor. I like dark humor. I thought that I was tweaking, but no. With her, it's like there's nothing there. Literally, there's nothing there.
That's
We can
tough.
move on.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out Shakari Richardson. Now you got your tea, like you ready. You ready to just throw out some hate.
She had to throw that in there because
Ready to throw out some hate. You already said I ain't had no hell. You hating on Bobby. What else you gonna hate on?
No, black people need to get these black platforms the opportunity to continue to work with them because we the ones that have been pushing them big names and they don't. And I don't like that.
This is true. I think to me the part of the whole Shakari Richardson thing, Shakari Richardson thing is that I like the fact that I love the fact that she bounced back. Like her fortitude, her mental fortitude and toughness, like everything she went through, you know what I mean, lose. I think she lost her mom or something like mom.
yeah, it's a lot. She was dealing with a lot at once.
She's doing with a lot of grieving, trying
And for
to
her to be so young too.
yeah, and I think we took the human aspect out of like I think the media took the human aspect out of what someone is going through. And that's like probably the most clear example that you can look that's so black and white of like we don't like we take the human like out of aspects out of things and like we just be so critical in moments where we should be protecting somebody. Like they went down on how you smoke weed or you doing this. Like, yo, she literally just lost her guardians, her guidance, the people that like she is grieving. This girl is grieving.
I'm still working, not taking no days off.
She working through it. She working through it. Like that was sick, bro. Like I ain't even gonna lie to you. Just watching that was sick, but it was just dope to just see how she overcame it in real time. Because a lot of times we hear about these stories from our athletes and our celebrities,
Yeah.
and they talk about stories and how they come up and our legends, but actually seeing a legend in the making, like 10, 15 years from now, when it's like a documentary on this, it's gonna be like, damn, I remember watching this in real time when I see this young lady come over this. Now she setting records at 100 meters. Now she's going to the Olympics, like, cause they smoked her, right? Wasn't she supposed to be like the last Olympics or something?
Yeah.
They did something to her.
Yeah, they disqualified her. So yeah. So let that be a lesson to like y'all out there grinding and getting to it. Like if one door closes or if they try to hold you back, like keep going because something that's gonna open for you. That's gonna, yeah, you know what I mean. You're
We
gonna be
love a good redemption story. I know I
Okay.
do.
for real. And I like how hard the Jamaican girls was cool and shit. They took their little selfie afterward. That was dope. Like there wasn't no bad blood. Like you know they want Jamaicans was like yo Jamaicans gonna shit on her. She repped it for real.
I love her.
Black Americans, baby.
Here we go.
Mm.
Let's move on.
Move on. Speaking of jerk chicken, I feel like Chicago jerk chicken be better than that Jamaican.
Why do you keep bringing up jerk chicken?
Cause I'm hungry.
He's hungry. He's
Nah,
real
Jamaican
hungry.
jerk chicken is fire.
No, Chicago jerk chicken is like the best jerk you can get in the world.
No. Jerk chicken from Jamaica, like street food Jamaica, amazing.
Okay.
Out of rolls.
You look
I'm
like
not gonna lie.
you look like you're going to the side of the road to get some drink. They probably cook
I
that shit on
definitely
rocks.
did. They would.
They're cooking it on rocks. That's crazy.
I was trying to
That's
be other
just
people.
the people. Okay. Be the people you want to. You see what happened in Mexico? Them people trying to be other people. You gotta leave the people alone.
The black people that you can't go with Mexico.
This last topic I wanted to touch on, but I ain't gonna really touch on too much of it. Um, it was originally supposed to be like the Lil Zay Osama the this is that he made to a few people in his new album. But I wanted to shift that narrative of thing because today we seen FYBJ Main and Tay Savage like take a picture together. They create content with each other, and I would think it's really as a dope look for the city just to see people that's literally like ops and the people around them that's got history of beefs, and like Tay Savage coming home from doing all that time in jail, and like how he moving is like he's moving. You know, he's still him, but he's also made the people around him is making him make a conscious effort not to be on none of that gang shit. And for him and Jay Main to do that, like that was like a dope image to see. You know what I mean? And I don't think them two are the ones that's gonna stop this war and beef with the people, but it's just dope to see.
It's a step.
Yeah, and you know how we was talking about like with 16 shot him and
DJU.
DJU, like we gotta understand that it's a business. Like for them to move like that, they understand like, okay, this is we're moving into more of the business side of this entertainment shit instead of just on some rap shit. You know what I'm saying? And some street shit.
Yeah.
So I want to clap it
Wait.
up for them. I think that was good.
So you don't want to talk about
Shout out.
Zayn? No.
Nah, man, because I think that's just gonna I'm
Amplify
gonna
the
say that
wrong
for another
voice.
day. Huh?
I said, Jordan.
When you see stuff like that, like you don't want to kind of like double back and like talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe another week. I want to really want to highlight Tay Sav and
I'm glad they was able to do that. Tay Savage, he a Muslim too now, right?
hmm So even the way how he moving with that, like I think that's dope too. Like he
He
got,
been outside
you know
praying
what
in
I'm
the
saying?
hood.
And he's like you could just tell God like he got people around him that's just like making him to move positive. And he's just listening. You know what I mean? You
Has
know,
he
even
spoken
though
like?
yeah,
Has he spoken like the reason why he's improving?
I'm pretty sure he have on some of them podcasts. I don't think they put the clips out. You know, the clips that they probably posted out, the clips that's gonna get traction. That's anything him talking about some street stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm pretty sure they'd asked him why he, you know what I'm saying, you know, converted over to Islam and like why he moving the way he moved.
It's on the way to go, huh?
Um, I feel like it's doing more. It's doing more for the black. It's doing more. I hate that word trenches, but it's doing more for people that's in those black people in those poverty circumstances because it gives them that foundation that we just talked about earlier. Like Black Americans not having no foundation, and it's something that if I can go find a brother from like from Philly or a brother from New York, it's like we identify with the same thing. Like there's no you can't take this out. Ain't no version. Like with Christianity is different versions. It's different this. It's like how you white and Christian and you KKK and I'm black and Christian and you trying to burn down
Mm-hmm.
our church. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when you go into Islam, like you could be white, you can be a white Muslim, you could be a Chinese Muslim. Like one of the top guys of Farrakhan, he's a Latin Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Like I just really found that out when I went to that unity breakfast. Like with Islam, it's like it gives you some type of uniformity. You know what I'm saying? Which y'all can have something to relate to. So I think that's why a lot of brothers are doing that. Is preaching discipline. You know what I mean? And just giving you a clear sight on how to do shit. So, you know, I do think I think it's a great way to go when you just need a journey to help you see things clear. You know, when been lost for so long. So, shout out to the brothers.
You gotta speak
You
for
know
your
what I'm saying?
brother.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, I think it's been an amazing stream, y'all. I think
It's been amazing.
I think it has been amazing. Y'all feeling the stream today? Y'all?
Yeah, I think we vibed. Like the conversation flowed pretty well today.
That's what's up, man.
We vibed out. We
Gonna,
vibed responsibly.
I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna close out just asking y'all what y'all been listening to. Have y'all been listening to some new music?
I've been listening to Usher. Usher been putting out a lot of new music, so it kind of made me go down like a memory lane of Usher. With Keke Palmer, but I love it.
You love the song or you love the video of him?
I love both.
Bro, we had this conversation. Yo, that's toxic.
Why would you say that online?
Because by you saying, everybody watching this shit would be like, yo, you toxic as hell saying you love the video.
I love it. It was a good concept.
Literally, she did just lost her whole man with this dude.
That's she.
You know how y'all was just talking about earlier. You know how y'all was talking about earlier when y'all gotta sometimes pull a girl to the side and like, you know what, this is too much. When do that part of y'all brain stick in for like logical everyday life shit?
But I feel like he dug his own grave, and so now the women are championing her because at the end of the day, as a mother, I'm a mother. So at the end of the day, I feel like he didn't cover her, he disrespected her. And on top of that, like, let the girl have her shine. She just had a baby. Y'all don't understand what we go through as women mentally when we have children, what that does to our bodies, our mental health.
That has nothing to do with
it. Absolutely
does.
That's you trying to silence a black woman.
We just had this turmoil. We just had this turmoil publicly, right? Do I feel like he was wrong for tweeting that shit? Yes, that shit was lame.
But she got her gift back.
Was his feelings wrong? No, they were not, right? All I'm saying is, and listen to what I'm saying. If we had this turmoil, right? And you know how that shit just made me feel. No matter what, we got this kid and all that shit. Why would you go get him? Unless this shit was a rollout from the beginning, why would you go do that shit and be in that video? If my baby,
why would you not cover me? Why would you not cover me and protect me and have that conversation with me on the side?
Jay, are we? This is why I be saying with women, bro.
He's the definition of F around and find out.
This is why I be fucking up with women, and this is why a lot of women in this culture be single, right? Yes, he were wrong. Right? He was wrong. That shit we just acknowledge.
Why is it her responsibility not to add
accountability? If we're partners, and we're accountability, and we're growing, and we got whatever we got going on. When we move into the next step, you can't.
How you know they moving to the next step? I thought they broke up.
You know that they was even partners.
No. I'm addressing what you said. I'm addressing what you said. Your response to that is, why you ain't cover me? Why you ain't do this and do that? Right? That's your response to that, right? I'm addressing your response to that. If we're moving forward, you can't be bringing up old shit. So if your response is, so why? I'm like, damn, why would you do that? And we're trying to build and move forward. Why you ain't do this? That's a bad way of thinking. Now, if my comment was like, damn, like they broken up, that shit crazy. Yeah, then I don't think it's her doing that. Like, I have no respect. I have no respect or value for what we got going on.
I don't think they together though.
I don't think
that's cool. But that's acknowledge what you said, and I want you to think about what you said when you said that shit, because that's how a lot of people think. They be like,
but it also came out that he had a lot of
move forward, and you still talking about this, and that.
But he's also said he had a lot of insecurities already dating her because one, he
ain't got no money.
She's a very successful actress. He don't got no money. She Keke Palmer, so she's gonna do what she wanna do. He could never get with the program.
And I you know what though, this serves to a bigger conversation though, because I feel like a lot of men are intimidated by successful women at that level and how to handle with that. And I don't know how to handle with him with that.
When we be chilling,
that could be a conversation to be had. All I want you to do is acknowledge the conversation at hand. If we're trying to grow,
so pretty much you're saying she ain't helped the situation by doing
that's not helping nothing at all. And if you want to bring up the old shit, why it ain't helping, this train is going nowhere. Because now we're fighting each other on going back and forth as opposed to being like somebody has to be wrong.
I just feel like this. Shorty came out with a t-shirt line right after that, pretty much taunting the situation. The next step was her doing something with Usher. Like, and I mean, it could have been a rollout, like you said. It might not even be real, for all we know. But
regardless, it's a darn good video. I'm here for
Okay,
it.
so you spoke on the video. You're not speaking on Keke Palmer being in the video.
Oh no, I'm with whatever she would too.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because when you fuck around, you find out. You fuck around, try to embarrass the internet, embarrass you.
You toxic, G. I ain't even. Yo, thank y'all for tuning in. Submit y'all music. Submit y'all music to What's the Buzz on Tuesdays. Sign up for Master Mentors. What else we got going on coming up? Hey, Privacy Day Party, the biggest day party, the best day experiences for Labor Day weekend. Get y'all tickets now. And just stay locked into What's the Word TV and all our social media channels to see what we got going on and see what's going on in the world. Very specific, toxic ass.
What do
Cody
to wash your skin?
Say what up? What's that?
What shampoo do you use to wash your scalp?
Maya Organics.
Oh, she do got a scalp treatment per shampoo. It's in a green bottle, right? It's in a green bottle, ain't it?
Yeah. What you use to curate your edges? Or wash your wig?
Eco Style.
That's what you wash your wig with? Eco Style too?
No, I don't wash my wig with Eco Style.
What you wash
I
your
wash
wig?
my wig with Trust.
Hey, when you wash your wig, do you have that little white cap on your shit, or you let the braids show?
No, I don't got no white cap.
Okay. Do you put the makeup in between the part?
Sometimes.
See? Ha. I told you, don't start with me. Because I got jokes. I do this.
You okay.
I was. Somebody in the comments live. All right, we gone, man. Bye, Jay. Because Chicago.
But they kept kicking me out. I don't know. Love a Chicago girl.
Y'all suck. I'm getting me girl from Houston.
Do it better.
Yeah.
Hey.
Cindy, cut us off. I'm tired of them.
Insane. Cindy on next time. You can sit out.
We should have an all girls one day.
Y'all should for like breast cancer month.
Why I gotta see